So, can you tell us a little bit more for people that aren't chemistry minded like myself, what Bluestem is and what it can produce?
Yeah, well, first off, Haley, thank you so much for having me. Bluestem, at our core, Bluestem Biosciences, we're based in Omaha, Nebraska. We are a renewable chemical company. So we started with the thesis that you could derive a lot of value from existing ethanol infrastructure in the Midwest, utilizing the best feedstock there is, corn, to create chemicals other than ethanol. So through anaerobic fermentation, which is currently used to produce ethanol, we can produce chemicals that are currently made using petroleum. So if you think of a lot of clothing materials or the super-absorbent polymer in a baby's diaper, that's all made out of acrylates.
Japan is, I would say, is a very loyal buyer of commodity corn. Always has been, and so that is one area that we continue to work with them, and on the kind of like feed grain side of just commodity corn. And then the other side is on the ethanol front. We're seeing that they have more interest in the ethanol side. We just did. And Illinois was a part of this, kind of a pilot program for higher direct blends of ethanol there. And then they have interest in sustainable aviation fuel as well. And so increasing demand for ethanol in Japan is another way that we're working very closely again with Illinois and Japan as well.
Can you explain first to me what is octane?
Yeah, sure. Octane is a chemical property of the fuel, and it's basically a measure of the fuel's resistance to auto ignition. Auto ignition is a bad thing in gasoline engines. What we want to have happen in a normal spark ignition engine is the spark initiates the combustion, and we want to have this flame front move quickly and smoothly across the combustion chamber. While it's doing that, it's building pressure, it's pushing down on the piston, and that's what makes your engine go. It's what makes your car go. Well, when the pressure and temperature is rising in there, then if the fuel is on the more reactive side, it can actually explode, and that's a bad thing. We don't want that to happen. That's known as knock. Your older viewers will remember hearing audible engine knock back in the 70s. I recall that when I started driving. Today's cars are very sophisticated, and they'll typically mitigate the knock before the driver hears it, but knock is a bad thing. Octane helps us prevent knock. If you have that engine knock, or if you don't have a high enough octane number, you lose power, you lose efficiency, and you can even damage the engine if it's left unmitigated, I guess.
Why should we care as farmers, as consumers, as people who are driving vehicles about having a high octane, low carbon fuel?
That's a great question. Ethanol is made from corn, which is grown there in your state, and ethanol has a very high octane number. It's a really good additive to gasoline. Gasoline is a blend of hundreds and hundreds of different molecules. When the ethanol is in there at 10 or 15 or 20 or 30%, or even 85%. It boosts the octane number tremendously, which permits the engine designer to make their engines make more torque, they can make more power, and they can do it more efficiently.